Welcome back to another episode of the Player Career Mode here on FC24, where we are with Inter Miami. Now we have a couple of months left to go, and in fact we are going to wrap up the regular season in today's episode. That way next episode is the MLS Playoffs, if we obviously stay in there, in which we kind of look good right now. However, 8th place right now is only 6 points behind us. We do have a game in hand against Orlando City, which could put us top of the table into 39 points. We do also have 2 games in hand over Toronto. But like I said, we are going to go ahead and wrap up the season in today's episode. I'm personally going to still only play 3 games. I'm only going to end up playing 1 game per month, probably, maybe even a little bit of less into that. Maybe even a little bit more. This might be a longer episode than normal, so go ahead and strap in, strap on. That sounds wild. Get some popcorn, leave a like and subscribe as we look to push ourselves into a playoff race and maybe even try. Oh, we are not. Wait, what? Oh, I totally forgot about Philadelphia being in first. I totally forgot about that. I just thought, because this was there, I thought we were second, and we completely are third. So we are actually 7 points off top of the table, which is Philadelphia. We could leap into second place over Orlando City. I was going to say maybe we try and reach a community shield, but I don't think that could happen. I mean, obviously could happen. I just don't see it happening. But we'll probably end up playing against Columbus to kick things off today. We'll probably end up playing against Charlotte, because I don't think we've actually played Charlotte left. We'll definitely play LAFC. We'll probably end up playing Atlanta. And we'll definitely, maybe not Atlanta, but definitely Orlando. And then 3 games left to go in October. And then November is going to be the season finale. It's a good save from the calendar as well. Substitutions are being made. Noah Allen coming on for Gene, or Gene coming on for Allen, I should say. And I think I'm about to get subbed on. I am. I'm getting subbed off. Back-to-back times getting subbed off early. 6.2 match rating in the 70th minute. Let's just go ahead and simulate the rest of the game instead of watching it out. We're going to lose anyway. 3-2 to be fair. So a lot more respectable loss this time around instead of that massive defeat. And that's actually our first loss for Inter Miami since the Columbus loss against them earlier in the season. About what? How many losses? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. We went on an 8 unbeaten run, 5 draws, 3 wins. We're going to go ahead and quick sim this game against St. Louis. See what the boys can do. Yes, eject. Let's get the objectives. I'm just going to have to train harder. Messi goes ahead and get on the score sheet, and he actually gets on the score sheet double. It's a brace for Lionel, a 2-0 win. We also drew 2-2 to DC United just after that Columbus game. But 2-0 win against Mr. D against what team did I just play? And now we have a whole entire month off of playing football. We will be back at the mid-August. I believe this is what this is. This is essentially international break and slash the Leagues Cup. That's obviously not in the game. At least I don't think it's in the game. I'm pretty sure it's not in the game because it's the first time it's ever happened. Yeah, it's definitely not in the game. It'll be in. If it ever comes into FC24, it'll come in FC20 or FC franchise. It'll come in next season. My manager rating, I'm gonna not be a starter if I actually get demoted anymore, because there's nothing, you can't train when you're not in thing. But maybe because I am on international break, they are giving me that leeway and knowing that. So that's actually good to see. So I will see y'all towards the end of August, which is already happening. And after a month off from no football, we are here sitting in 4th now in a playoff spot. Now, obviously, first place is the only team that gets a bye in the first round of the playoffs, which is obviously my aim. However, we are 8 points behind that with Philadelphia. We do have a game in hand, so that could drop to 5 points, but we would still need Philadelphia to drop even more points. And we also need Orlando to really drop points. We will need New England really to drop points, despite we having 2 games over them, 1 game over Orlando, yada, yada, yada. As far as really the supporter shield goes, it's not technically a thing in this game. I don't think it is. We are 8 points off of that, which is Philadelphia, who's winning it by 1 point. So we are going to go ahead and quick sim this game again against Charlotte. We'll end up Last time out against Nashville, it was a 3-1 win, which actually sees me score a brace and an assist. One of my man of the matches performances in this series, one of my best performances in this series. However, this starting 11 is a little bit different. You can see Messi's playing left CM at the moment with Martinez on the left-hand side, pushing Farias onto the right-hand side. We are still striker. Let's go ahead and get to the game. Let's see if we can do the double over Nashville, which could help us push into a further better spot for the playoff spots. Against another yellow team today, but this one we had a better chance of beating than the last team. Last team we got absolutely humbled, and it's Martinez on the ball, and he'll look to find forwards. First time me actually playing with Jose Martinez, as I'm the one that actually replaced him in the starting 11, and he might start off today by giving me an assist as I make a deep run there. Couldn't get the final shot off. I'll pick the ball up though. Forbes, can he find Martinez? Nearly. He'll win the ball back. Miller shuts down their attacker. He'll find Yellen out wide. Yellen will find Forbes. Forbes will look to find Farias. Farias on attack into Gregory. He has Jose Martinez, and Jose Martinez puts it away. It's 1-0 for Miami. And Jose Martinez scores his first goal with me playing with them. Martinez wins the ball back in now for Forbes, and Forbes turns off the defender. Multiple men still to beat. It's Forbes. He'll cut back into Josef Martinez. Josef Martinez with his second goal of the game. That's an assist for Forbes as well. And I absolutely disrespect the ball. Just boot it into the back of the net. And it's 2-0 for Miami. Mukhtar gets one back. It's 2-1. Can he find Farias in the middle? He can. Back into Forbes. Forbes from outside the box. It's wide, but it's game over nonetheless. A 2-1 win. Jose Martinez, a brace to give us a win here against Nashville. And we've had another team added to the list of recommendations. We obviously had Stoke and Blackburn from pretty early, as well as PSV. FC Porto came on a little bit later. And now we have Defensa out of the Argentina leagues here. I don't think this is a step up in a career for Forbes from the MLS, from anybody MLS to Argentina. That's kind of a step down, to be honest. It's not completely shut. We are going to go ahead and take on LAFC. They are currently sitting in, what spot are they in? They are 4th in the Western Conference with 41 points. We have 46 points, so it's not far off. It's a good balanced team in that retrospect. We are now 9 points off of Philadelphia still with the game in hand. We do have 2 games in hand over New England, so it's not the worst of things that are happening. The only worst thing is here is that everybody on this team is pretty much tired besides Juan Mota and Gregory, and pretty much our whole back line is somewhat fine besides Yedlin as well. But Jose Martinez gets a second start. Messi out of position once again. Let's get into it. Let's see what we can do against LAFC. We are pretty much all but safe of at least getting into the playoffs no matter what. However, we are just not going to reach that first spot in either the Community Shield as well, or the Supporter Shield, whatever you want to call it. We are not doing good in that. We are just fighting for a better playoff spot to try and get a home game as well, and try and get multiple home games in this series. We are 7 points off of New England as well as Orlando. We do have a game in hand against New England. We don't really have a game in hand against Orlando. However, we do have a game against Orlando, in which is pretty much a must win. We are going to go ahead and take Orlando now, in which I'm going to do training to boost my little player stats slightly, boost me up into starting 11 a little bit more, solidifying that spot. We are going to go ahead and take him on. Martinez still starts. This time Messi starts on the right-hand side. Farias is going to play in that center mid spot. Let's see what the boys can do in pink away from home. Josef back into Forbes. Messi, make that run in the midfield, please. No, okay, it's going to be Forbes instead. Forbes on his left foot, off the crossbar. Player Enrique scores. Counter doesn't save at all. Orlando scores. 1-0 for Orlando after what really should be 2 decent chances for myself to be able to put it at least on target realistically. Forcing the goalkeeper to make a save. I didn't really do so. We go on an 8-beaten run to lose 3 games in 1 episode. That's not good enough. We have been called up to the English squad for the October international break, in which we will take on Finland and Norway. So we'll probably either play one of those 2 games, but a first look at us alongside Kristoff and Gallardo, who also got called up for the October fixtures. Mexican, and then Ukraine as well. That is beautiful to see there. We do have 2 games left to go in the season, and it actually took a crash because now I crashed after that Orlando game, and we're back to here. 2 games left to go in the season, but we actually have 54 points. Orlando had 55. New England had 58. So we technically could still come in second and get a very good spot for a home game, because I believe it goes 2-7, 3-6, and 4-5. So actually right now we do have a home game against Red Bulls at the moment. However, I don't want to fall in that 5-7 spot. That way we still have a home game, at least one game. I would prefer to have at least 1 or 2 more home games, but as y'all know, I'm just quick simming the rest of these games here. And the international friendlies are going to be coming right before the actual playoff date here, in which we have Charlotte FC, in which is the final game of the MLS season. We will take on Finland and Norway. And I didn't think that would be in this episode, but it will be. So this is going to be a very, very long episode. I think it's 0 views, but fuck it. We are coming on here in for England, on for Harry Kane at striker with 7-ish, 6-ish minutes left to go in the game. It's 1-1. We are coming in at striker. It's our first England game at our career, and I kind of wish I wasn't English. I really wanted to be American, but I forgot to do that. But we are English now, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But we are coming on for Harry Kane, number 22. Jeremy Forbes is on the field for England. Longstaff will head it up towards Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka into Forbes. Forbes a chance to make his name known further into the England players here. He'll look to find Bukayo back out wide. Bukayo, who's trying to thread it through for me. Forbes looking to fight for the ball back. I really want to put a mark on myself to maybe push myself further up for even a Euro calls up or a World Cup call up in the future. Forbes will win the ball back. He'll find Longstaff. He'll find Saka. And Forbes on the ball, shot blocked. Is that going to be game over? It looks like it might be a 1-1 draw in my first international game here for England. And honestly, I wasn't that bad. I was a lot better than what I've been in today's episode. No goals still, but not a bad performance. 7.4 manager rating. Obviously, the conversion rate is 0. A 1-1 draw against Finland. We will go ahead and take that. And I believe I might actually start the next game just because of how they usually do it. You usually sub in the first game and then start the second game in the international break. And I was mistaken. We're coming on again as a sub against Norway. We are going to be taking on Erling Haaland. Is Odegaard in that 11? No. Is he even on the bench? I can't really tell. Can I tell on here? No, Odegaard's not even on the bench for them at all. That's interesting. We're coming on as a striker. We are getting a little bit more game time, around 14 minutes, 15 minutes around this, or 13 minutes I should say, around this time now. It's still 1-0 for us. We are winning this game. Don't tell me I've been muted this whole time. Oh, don't tell me I've been muted this whole time. I've been muted the whole time. I got a debut goal and I've been muted. That's annoying. And we actually go ahead and fall out on the final game day of the season. I quick simmed it. We lost it 2-1. Or was it 2-2? No, we drew 2-2. No, we lost 2-1. We now sit in 5th, which means we have no playoff home games at all as long as the top teams win all of their games. In fact, we have a away game against New York Red Bulls to kick things off in next episode. That will be then the playoffs for next episode. Leave a like and subscribe for a very, very, very long episode. My form has to pick up massively. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.